Hey YouTube, it's your girl Queen Genius, and today we're making homemade steak sandwiches. I've already started some of my prep work to kind of speed things up a little bit. In my pan here are my ribeye steaks. I have some thin cut and a few thick cut. You can use whatever steak you like. Um, Ribeye or strip steaks usually work best with this dish. I also have some onions chopped up that I'm going to use. I have a portobello mushroom that I've chopped, and I have a heirloom tomato that I'm going to use to make the sandwiches with. And in my pan, I have a little bit of butter and light olive oil. This is what I'm going to start my steaks in. And I also have another pan on the side that I'm going to cook my mushrooms and my onions in as well. Also, with the sandwich, we're going to see a little bit later, I'm going to put a mixed green salad. I'm actually going to, when I get ready to do that, I'm going to show you what the mixed greens are. I'm going to make a light vinaigrette with that, and I'm going to add that to my sandwich as well. But this is where we are right now, and as you can see, my skillet is pretty hot. And I like to use the olive oil and the butter mixture to help get that nice good sear. We're going to start off with our thicker cuts of meat. We're going to do seasoning side down. And I season these with a little bit of blackening seasoning and a little bit of steak seasoning, a little bit of salt and pepper and garlic powder. And you can always use whatever seasonings you like, but I found that these work very well and they complement everything. And my husband really likes these seasonings. So what we're going to do, we're going to let these sear off really well. We're going to flip them over, cook them on the other side. These are a little bit thicker, so you want to go maybe 4 to 5 minutes per side. You don't want it really well done, but you also don't want it raw. I mean, if you like your steak medium rare, by all means, but we like a medium well done in my house. So I'm going to cook them about 5 minutes on each side. And once we're all done, I'm going to start assembling the sandwiches. So yeah. Okay, so here we are getting ready to dress the mixed greens that I have. To save time in the bowl, I have a little bit of extra light olive oil, a little bit of an Italian vinaigrette. It has a little bit of olive oil in it as well, and some citrus in it. I have some dried basil that I added and some lemon juice. And I whisked that up pretty well together so I make sure it's combined. And for my greens, I have a mixture of baby kale, some arugula, and some radicchio. And again, you can use whatever mixed greenery that you like, or you could just use plain lettuce. I wouldn't suggest iceberg. I would try maybe romaine or bib lettuce, something light. Or actually, the reason why I chose this mix because of the arugula, because it's peppery and it kind of goes well off of the steak. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my greens to my already pre-mixed vinaigrette, and these have been washed. And we're going to add a plentiful amount. It also depends on how many people you're feeding. You don't want to drench them in the vinaigrette, so if you kind of see it's a little wet, you want to add more greens to compensate for that. Again, you still want a little bit of crisp to them, but you want to make sure that the greens are well mixed. And as you can see, they have a very nice shine to it. And you can always use tongs to do this, but I like using my hands. But as you can see, I have on gloves. Okay, once that's all mixed, I have a tomato, basil, and feta blend. It's sun-dried tomatoes and dried basil. And you want to add that to it. You want to kind of crumble it up as you're adding it, because there's some pretty big chunks in there. And this you want to add to taste. I mean, you can add a lot or a little, but my family seems to like it pretty well with this sandwich, so I add a little bit more. And you want to make sure you mix very well. Okay. And that's basically it. You want to get this together and you want to let it sit for just a little bit, not too long, just so the greens will start absorbing some of that flavor. And you want to make sure that you taste it in between. I did add a little bit of salt, but not much, because the feta is pretty salty, so you don't want to do too much. But there you have it, all ready. Now we're going to start assembling the sandwiches. And well, YouTubers, here you have it, the final product. And you can't really see because I got them kind of covered up, but I have the grilled onions, and I added some cheddar cheese onto my husband's because he likes that combo. But here you have it, plain and simple. I add a little bit of mayo to the bread. Have the grilled mushrooms, the spring mix. Have it. A classic homemade steak sandwich. And the bread, you can go to either your local bakery or your local grocery store, whatever bread you choose. I like the sub bread because it's a sub sandwich, but it makes it a lot easier. But you can use whatever bread you like. But when I tell you, my kids love it. Even my baby loves this. It's great. You should try it. I highly recommend it. You won't regret it. Trust me. And as always, thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out, for you gamers, Kid Genius at KIDDJEANYUS. And for you aspiring makeup artists, Lady Semo, LADYSEEMO1. Peace and blessings.